Bowen that we have in our family. And before I call him here, let me share a little bit about this incredible man that we have in our lives. So Dr. Bowen proudly represents Asira as an international brand ambassador. He was born and raised in Georgetown, Guyana. Dr. Obam is a retired decorate from the United States Marine. He served for almost 20 years and received a Purple Heart as an infantry commander for his service and wounds sustained in combat. He received 3 Purple Hearts and for the service that he rendered. And he is a masterful teacher and educator. He's a remarkably successful at empowering individuals. He's the author of the book, Today is the Day. He works with educators and strategists that motivates both staff and students to set and achieve meaningful goals. His passion as a relationship coach resides in helping couples understand and achieve greatness within their relationships, going beyond their own self-imposed limitations, beliefs, and relationship. But with all of this part of it, what I want to introduce to him as my brother, because, technically a brother from another mother. I never met him till date, but I feel like I know him for so many years. And I thank God every single day for sending this man into our life. Because of him today, we have this entire family getting together, because he has been selflessly serving along with his beautiful wife, Anna, and Miracle, and doing all that he can to help us uplift our life and live the life that we all dreamed of. So without further ado, let me call and pass on the mic to our very favorite Dr. Bowen to take us on this roller coaster ride. And like I say, buckle up. It's time to get rolling.
Mogembo Kushiwa. Hi, Samira. Good evening. Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the O Show, because it's on like Donkey Kong. Yesterday, we talked about the power of brainwashing. And I know there's no one in here that's brainwashed. And if you actually believe that, that was the first brainwashing speech of the day. So I'm looking out at all these beautiful, sexy, and amazing souls. And I'm seeing the most sexy and amazing one, my favorite person in the world, Mr. Vinny Cochran, looks so debonair. Look at that man in that suit. Can we all just give Vinny a round of applause, right? Mr. Best Dress from the hilt. The dude is so sexy. He's so fly. That's why he's my super guy. Yay, Vinny. That's my dude right there. Oh, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm absolutely excited to be able to share with you all the second half of today. We got a chance to go and take a deep dive. So we're going to try to be as interactive as possible. So if you see me doing certain things, I want you to do it too. Sometimes even without being prompted, I want you to do it too. Remember, so as you see me do it, I want you to do it too. So you guys are watching me. I did this 3 times and nobody else did it. I watched Afia, I watched Fasana, I watched Vina, I watched Debbie. All I got was like a smirk and a smile. So the thing is, you want to be able to move your body into whatever, there you go, you're doing. So that when you are into it, then every part of you, make sure that every part of you gets into it, right? So when you're into it, now for the ladies, this, it's buys for the guys, but, pecs for the chicks, okay? So let's get warmed up. Move your body, let the energy flow before we jump in to get this going today. See, the thing about it is, so often, if we don't move all the cells, all the learning does not occur. I want you to write that down. Move all your cells so all your cells can learn. Say it again. Move all your cells so all your cells can learn. For example, if you don't think you've ever been brainwashed by something, here's an example. You can, if you know it, and by the way, I made Fasana a co-host. So if your mic is off, because I know some folks, your mic is off, stays off, she's going to be the turn your mic off police and mute you. So just letting you know, Fasana, so thank you so much, because she's like real fast on it. So if you know this, unmute yourself. Everybody unmute for a second, and then you go back on. I'm going to show you a couple ways of how we've all been brainwashed. 3, 2, 1. The wheels on the bus go.
Round and round.
Round
and
round.
Wheels of the
Let's
bus
go
go
round and round.
Awesome. So you guys all know you've been brainwashed all day long. Right? How about this one? Happy birthday
To me.
To you.
All right, there you go. There's a whole bunch of versions of it.
To you.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. And now we can mute ourselves again. Check it out. If you didn't know it, all those things are different forms and examples of us brainwashing each other. Right? There's the positive and the negative, the conscious and the subconscious. And these are some of the things that we kind of discovered and went over yesterday. So let's kind of go through a little bit of review before we pick back up and continue and take a deeper dive. So for those of you, if you weren't on yesterday, oh, I believe in yesterday, we were talking about Brainwashing 101. And in Brainwashing 101 yesterday, we really discovered what makes most of us cringe. So what made us cringe, the emotions that come up for it. We also learned and understood how we actually think as human beings. So let's do this. Let's take a moment and just kind of review. I'll probably look for the first hand that go up or the emoji hand that go up and ask a question here. Like, what did you learn and what surprised you? Who wants to share from yesterday? What did you learn and what surprised you yesterday? Anyone? Going once, scrolling over on the pages. Okay, Myra.
Hi, Dr. O. So I think what I learned is that just because it says brainwashing, it doesn't have to be negative. And being open to learning new things can always take you to the next level.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Anything that surprised you?
Not really.
All right.
I'm getting used to you.
So you know what that's called? That's the second phase of brainwashing. That's called acceptance. So you've accepted my form of brainwashing, right? And that trusting part. So remember in the actual definition yesterday, it talked about, the people who use it in a sense for malicious intent, right? For things that they're doing, they get people to a certain point to where they can trust them. And then whatever they say after that, they inject in a negative connotation to where the results are only for them. And I tell people all the time, most of listen, people always look at me like, why are you doing this? What's the catch? There is no catch. And I don't know what the catch is because one day I'm going to come back and ask for something. But if I've given you $100 and ask you for 10 cents, would you give me 10 cents? Yeah, that's basically my philosophy. I give way more value. So when I ask, it's like, it's a no-brainer. And you know what a no-brainer is? You cut open the skull, take out the brain, put it on the floor, close it back, still makes sense. That is Obam's brainwashing. If the brain is out and it still makes sense, it's pretty good. All right, so we'll ask two more. I'm going to pick on someone this time. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Philip. Philip out of Hawaii in the black shirt, looking like a really cool ninja with his white earbuds in. What surprised you yesterday, or what did you learn, sir?
It was really surprising to hear that there's a conscious mindset from the wealthy that they send their children to school to find employees, while most people send their children to school to be employees.
Oh, brother. Listen, I'll be honest with you. When I first learned that, figure it out, I was a little upset. I was ticked off, right? And that's what happens in the standard way of living or the standard brainwashing. We get angry. And then I learned not to hate, but to participate. Don't hate the game, become a better player, or invent your own game, right? So I'm glad you got it. So my sister Fia always tell me like, oh, Mom, you got some skills. I know. But what I'm going to do, I'm glad I saw her smile and she reminded me that. I want you guys to write this down, because this brainwashing, what I'm going to teach you and help you guys to understand today is I'm going to write this down. You're going to be learning the skills to pay the bills for the rest of your life. You're going to be learning the skills to pay the bills for the rest of your life. One more time, you're going to be learning the skills to pay the bills for the rest of your life. Notice I said it 3 times because it rhymes and it's good and it's a good brainwashing jingle. See, practice what you preach, just saying. Okay, so I know Nelly had her hands up. Nelly, my dear, what did you learn yesterday or what surprised you?
I learned yesterday that, open your mind to a new, activities or new things, even though this one was like brainwash, it's like, it blew my mind at first, but it was like, okay, it's something new and it comes from you. So it's good, and what blew my mind is that it was great. Everything you said, it was great.
Thank you. I'm so excited for you. It's really amazing to see what happens. Anya and I was just talking about this morning too, Nelly, that, we always say every level, right? It's a different level. Every level is a different level of brainwashing. So when you get to this, like right now, the level of brainwashing I have with health is way different than the level of brainwashing I had years ago. Like, today I'm drinking this, it's my concoction. I call it firefighter. Why? Because it just makes me just the fire. It's carrot, it's ginger, and turmeric. Yeah, I know. Look at me getting nerdy. Releases all the inflammation in your body, melts it down so it processes through yourself, increases digestion support, and help you to breathe better. Look at that. Oh, right. But you could not tell me I had to raise my level of brainwashing and vibration. I listened to Afia, Fasana, Stephanie, Omar. These are my health coaches, right? The best in the world get coached. Michael Jordan said he will never play or do anything if he didn't have a specific coach, the most expensive coach. And the thing is, most people want to become successful, but they never seek a success coach. And here's the deal. You don't need a coach for failure. Oh, I don't know if you guys got that one. You do not need a coach for failure. You can do it all by yourself. Snap your fingers, say, you can do it all by yourself. You don't need, right, Martin? I'm saying that you don't need a coach for that. Not at all. But if you're going to do something better, you want to be able to be coached by someone else who's done what you've done, especially if they have integrity in the morals and rules that you have. So let's continue in the reviewing process, because digging in today will be a lot of fun. So we learned yesterday that based on our previous programming, our previous blueprint, or our previous level of being brainwashed, what 97% of the world focuses on is the negative connotation of brainwashing, right? Knowing that we all perform to the level of our belief. So if they only believe on the negative side, that's why we have a negative life. And it's not about saying living in this positive bubble and forgetting the negative. No, it's embracing the negative. It's seeing the elephant in the room, knowing that the negative is there. And here's the easiest shortcut, if you may, in thinking, not in the journey. The easiest shortcut in thinking is if there's an O, there's the reverse of the O. If there's a positive, there's a negative. If there's a negative, there's a positive. If there's a good, there's a bad. If there's a poor, there's a rich. If there's a rich, there's a wealthy. If there's a wealthy, there's significant. Things can always get better. If there's significant, well, there's magnificent. Things can always get better. But if you focus on just the negative side of the brainwashing, the mind control, that is coercive, that is unethically manipulative. The only difference is, well, make it ethically manipulative. You have to manipulate your mind, to manipulate your thoughts, to manipulate your speech, to manipulate your actions, to create the results. There's a lot of folks that, and actually, I'm going to go more into this on Saturday. Got a very special training for you guys on Saturday. Oh my gosh, Saturday! But write this down. So many people focus on the law So follow me. Law of attraction. The law of attraction. So I want you to write this down. There is no attraction without action. Now here's the deal. People say attraction and they pronounce it. That's why they don't get it right. You have to enunciate. Attraction. What do I mean by attraction? A-C-T. Action course creates traction. You can sit there all day. Voo-boo-hoo, I wanted this fancy car. Hey, blah, blah, blah. You'll sit there all day. You'll pray for it. The car will just drive right by you. Unless you get up off your assets and put your assets to work, you're not going to create any traction. So it's not the law of attraction, it's the law of attraction. The more you act, the more traction, the more energy you create in the direction that you're going, that gives you what you want. Oh, I can't wait for Saturday. You guys are going to be so, so excited. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a pause. I can't just sing the song without inviting my daughter Stephanie to come on and sing it with me. So Stephanie, let me highlight you. There, where's she at? Come on, camera for your daddy, girl. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
On, okay, so this is gonna be really funny, guys, because I'm in a restaurant right now, so everybody's gonna look at me super funny, but that's okay. I'm good with that.
Well, you're so excited and just can't hide it. They gotta see it when you lose control because it's you. Right?
Right?
1, 3, sing it for them, Stephanie. 1, 2, 3. I'm so
excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control with Dr. Obama.
Now, and if they're looking at you, that's okay. There's 2 types of people. There's those who do and those who look at those who do. I'm just saying. So they can see you do or they can do too. Look, I'm getting so excited. I'm sweating. You know what that means? That means the bad stuff is going and the greatness is coming. So let's go through. Oh my gosh. Let's go through the rest of this review here and get into the facts of the depth of brainwashing. So now that we know, as Philip mentioned earlier, there's the known, which is positive, and there's the unknown, which is negative. Or it can be, because when you don't know you're being brainwashed, here's what most people say: I'm not brainwashed. And that is the first thing someone who has been brainwashed very deeply says. Woo! Let that one sink in. All right, now we move on. So we learned the purpose of brainwashing yesterday was basically to help you lower your anxiety for the angst, the energy, the stuff that you threw up, to increase your level of knowledge, to understand that it's good when you use it in the right arena for yourself. We also learned that yesterday, and the combination of today, we're going to brainwash you into being suckers. So in this house, we suck. In this house, we suck. We're suckers. So today, I would like to introduce, yeah. Anna says, what you trying to brainwash me on, boy? Today, I would love to invite you into my house. Welcome to my humble abode. Or as they say, welcome to the inner sanctum. Mogembo Kushua. Woo! I know, Samira, you love that one, huh? I love that one too. So, welcome to Mogembo's lair. And for those of you who don't know, ask Samira, she'll tell you. You better ask somebody. So today I'm going to brainwash you into becoming suckers, because becoming suckers is understanding the journey, right, of becoming a sucker. And there's 4 levels and layers. So we also talked about, when we did that yesterday, how some of you got triggered by just being told, I'm going to brainwash you into becoming a sucker. Today we know, well, it's not a lollipop. You remember that song? My girl lollipop. She makes your heart go boogie wop. Right? It's not that. It's not being a lollipop. It's not being a sucker. But for some people, if you tell them, I'm going to brainwash you into being a sucker, I'm going to let you be a sucker, that word triggers something for them. And it's pretty much going to trigger a different picture and trigger a different emotion. And then based on their previous blueprint, they're already going to throw up objections. Now listen, For those of you who don't know, I'm the world's leading authority on human behavior and next level growth. And just from words, I watch people all the time. I just watch people. I test them all the time. I'll say a word and I'll just observe what picture was triggered and what emotion just released for them. I'm like, I know where they are mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I've been secretly, because I've been working real closely with Afia recently, I've been secretly brainwashing her and releasing stuff. And then always, she realizes stuff and we're chatting. I'm like, I'm so excited. For years, we've been working together. Now, here's the deal. Certain things that I say, because according to her old blueprint, she threw up a roadblock, or in short, it's called, she threw up a scotoma. So now scotomas are either visual, write this down. Scotomas are visual. And if you don't know how to spell it, it's S-C-O-T-O-M-A-S. Scotomas, which all it is, it's a Greek word that means blind spot. So scotomas, you have visual blind spots, auditory blind spots, and emotional blind spots. Now, what are some of those emotional blind spots? Here's one I used to have in a negative way, because they work positively and negatively. For my first marriage, which didn't end well, every time you would pretty much, I would think or hear my ex-wife's name, it triggered an emotional response. I started sweating, my whole body went crazy. So just know that sometimes people say stuff to you and folks say, I want to be wealthy. The opportunity comes up and you're like, I'm not going to spend any money investing on it. Hello, chip, chip, zero. If you say you want something, the universe doesn't send it to you. It sends the opportunity to create the it you want. For example, woman says, I want a baby. Universe sends man. What am I going to do with him? I don't figure it out. It's easy math. Right? So you guys get that? All right. Just tracking. All right. So let's continue. Anna's laughing. That's what she said to me. And now she's got babies. Ooh, she's got babies. All right. So we also learned yesterday that because we perform to the level of our beliefs, the only way to change our beliefs is being able to understand that your outcomes are all based on your old programming. And unless you change it, unless you change your mind, your life remains the same. So I want you to write that down. Unless I change my mind, my life remains the same. Now, here's another one for you. How many of you believe in the power of affirmations? Excellent. Did you know that affirmations daily is a form of brainwashing? So brainwash yourself away, and the only way that works is when you believe. Well, belief simply means this. This is Obam's definition of belief. So put belief, write the word belief, equals internalize. So when you internalize something and you basically emotionalize it, you believe it. Because every cell in your body, remember, you move them all, they all believe. Ta-da! So today, let's dive right into this. Yes, let's dive right in. Oh, let's dive right into this. Let's dive right into this. So we touched on yesterday the 4 phases of knowledge. And the first is learned. So you all are learning about brainwashing and how good it is. Then you're going to be able to leave here and go start brainwashing yourself. Or if you like me enough to continue my brainwashing for the next 5 years, eventually you start to model and do it and become those things I'm brainwashing you for until you master it, and then you start to teach it. So here's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive right in, because yesterday we talked about, well, what is the problem? What's really keeping most people from progressing, from succeeding, from becoming? The problem is too many people want to move from learn to teach without the journey. So here's what we're going to do. So it starts to get in your cellular memory of your body. Everybody type in the word journey. It's all about the journey. Just type in journey. If you're on Facebook and you're watching, type in the word journey. Because the journey, no one really teaches. No one teaches. Well, correction, except for Dr. O, no one teaches the journey. No one, listen, the marathon, everybody talks about it's 26.2 miles for the marathon, but nobody talks about the 26.2 miles. They talk about the starting line and the damn finish line. Well, what's the gap? Oh, man. Now, who remembers what it takes to get from the starting line to the finish line yesterday? One word. To start running to the end. Action starts you, but what keeps you there? What is the bridge?
Discipline and leadership.
Discipline. You got to lead yourself disciplinedly for that 26.2 miles. And in a marathon, I've run a few. Here's what happens. You get to the starting line. Woo! You're excited. You're ready to go. Oh, yeah. About 5K in, which is about 3 miles. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling good. Got your pace going. About 5 miles, your body starts going, yo, hold on, slow down. I don't know if we want to go for about another 21.2, man. I don't know. But if you push through that barrier, if you lead yourself, you stay disciplined, you brainwash yourself enough to go, you say, you know, all right, let's go another 2 miles, see what happens. Let's just go. You get to about 10 miles, and then your muscles start to go like, yo, it feels like ER, like, we're not going to make it. This is not happening. What's going on? I don't know. And then somehow you convince yourself. You push through and get to mile 13. And you're like, huh. You're like, oh, crap, I'm halfway there. So then your brain goes, well, if I'm halfway there, I could at least slow down. It's not that bad. It's all downhill from here. I could just slow down. So then you're going to get to like mile 20 and your body was like, I quit. Now your mind has to take you through the next 6.2 miles. Double who? So your mind's got to take you. And you go for another 3 miles. It's like the most arduous things ever. You get to like mile 24 and it's like, oh, runner's high, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm there. Back in it. Woo! And you're going. And you get to the 26 mile. And that point too, all of a sudden, it's like a ninja jumped out to start kicking your butt. And you're like, I've already done this. And then the body and the mind, the body starts to push. And it's like, you're running on there. I look back on my life, what do I find? You're running on empty, but you're just coasting. And then when you stop, you cross the finish line, feel like you're gonna die. You feel bad because you stop and you feel like, I can do this again. But you dare not start. Right? That's what happens. If you brainwash yourself fully to go through it and do it, it's crazy. Last year, I was like, I ain't running doing nothing, but I committed to a coach while we were in Hawaii. And before you know it, 3 weeks later, I find myself running the Honolulu half marathon. I'm like, what? So while I started doing it, I was hurting. I'm competitive. I might as well just push myself. And out of nowhere, I'm like in the top 1,000. And you might say, that's not that good. When there's like 35,000 people who started, hey, I feel pretty good. I feel real good by myself. Now, as I brushing my chest off and stuff, and Anna told me, we're not coming back for the marathon, right? Because here's the deal. When I do it, Anna has been a runner all her life. She didn't want to go for the 26.2 miles because it wasn't just me now. Everything we do, for those of you who know me, we do it as a family. So while I was running the half marathon, it was her and Miracle in a stroller, and she's in it. She uses a car every now and then, but she likes to run the trail and gun, and she likes to cheer on and take videos, do all that other stuff. And she's like, I'm not doing that in Hawaii with the hot sun, running with this kid in a stroller. Because the week before, we ran a 10K. She ran with Miracle, and half of that stuff was up the hill. And she was like, no, not doing it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called a choice. So each of us, when we're brainwashing ourselves, we have a choice. A choice to or a choice not to. Now, I could have said very easily, well, I'm just going to do it anyways. And eventually she would have accepted it. But I also took the easy road out. So I told my coach, I'm like, listen, my wife says no, so we're not doing this. Right? When we have a choice, we will always choose comfort. Now, here's the deal. I got excited. I'm like, did the half, I'm good, I'm back in shape. It's no big deal. But here's the deal. I got excited, made the decision in that moment. And then my body's like, I got to continue training for this for the next 6 months anyways, which I didn't feel like. So when I had the option, when Anna says no, I was like, okay, cool, no problem. No need to continue brainwashing me anymore. But it's all good. So who's ready to dive into the second half of the journey right now? Because the journey is where it's at. So thank you so much, ladies and germs. Let's get clean. Hey. All right. So let's talk about the journey. The solution. Here's the solution. Screenshot, write it down, do whatever you got to do. The solution is embracing the journey. And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, the journey sucks. So if the journey sucks, wouldn't you agree? Show of hands that you must be a sucker. Yes. So if any of you would like to be a sucker with me, just you can unmute yourself. Say, Dr. O, I'd like to be a sucker with you today.
I'd like to be a sucker
with you today.
Let's get this started in. And the suckers are running, just running. Let's get into the sucker and the motion of this. See, all Anna needs is just a little bit of encouragement. I see her going. She's like my little battery. Just wind her a charge, and she's ready to go. Little energizer's bunny. Really? You better put that tongue in, young lady. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this. Let's understand first, success. And I want you to put that in. I want you to spell it that way. Type it in and put it in. Success. You can't have the cess without the suck. So let's discover how we embrace the journey. So for most people, what is success? It doesn't matter what you want in life to be successful. But success, whether it's life, faith, family, finance, fitness, fun, you name it, is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. Whatever it is you're aiming for, whatever it is you desire, that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that wonderful husband or wife, success is having that person. But before you get them, you have to be able to suck. So today we'll talk about the suck in success. But what we're all really looking for, and we all have to do, I want you to focus on, the journey is all about the cess, right? Cess is the second half of the word success. Cess is pretty much an Indian meaning. It's a form of tax. Now, here's the deal. It's the tax or levy. Your levy is something you pay over and above the base tax. So I want you to listen, write this down. Cess equals over and above. Now, you see, this is why most people fail, because they don't want to go over and above what they're normally doing to have a normal life. So success means this. It's going to suck, and you have to do over and above what you normally do to get the results you truly want. If you can agree with that statement, raise your hand. Right? Thank you so much. Now, let me give you an example. And it's being able to hone in on the things that actually work. So here's what success really is. Finding out what works abandoning what doesn't, and always knowing the difference. So I'm going to give you an example. And listen, I love, when I say love, capital L, double capital O, massive capital V, excellent capital E, love the people like Andrea. Now, here's the deal. Afia's laughing. She's like, my brother's so crazy. He's so crazy. Oh, my gosh. That's what Anna said, too. She said, he's so crazy. I think I'm going to have his baby. And she did. It's all good. That's what happened. So Andrea has been building her business with Sarah for 5 months. Everybody go like this. 5 months. 5 months. Now, I want y'all to get this really good, because she stayed for 5 months and she recently recruited her first person. For 5 months, she's been embracing the suck. So give her a round of applause for that, everybody. Yeah. She's been embracing the suck. She's been going above and beyond. She's been paying the taxes levied on what she wants as to be successful. Now, she said that, here's the thing. So we going in and I asked, what was it that you did differently this time with this person that you haven't done with everyone else? And here's the deal. She said it. She thought about it, and then she shared exactly what she did. So now she knows what helps her get the success after paying the tax levied on her effort, showing up consistently over time, willing to pay the price, finding others like us who are willing to pay the price, being around other brainwashing weirdos like us. And now she knows what works for her. So like I said, it's finding out what works. So she knows what works for her, abandoning everything else and only focusing on that. Now that she can focus on that one thing is what you choose to do over and over and over. Do it with me. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Are you tired yet? Do it with rhythm. Over and over and over and over and over and over. Are you tired? No. And over and over and over again. That's when it gets in and it becomes second nature to you. The no's don't matter. She knows the one thing she needs to do. Now think about it this way. I told her yesterday what it was. Imagine if you focus on that one thing a week. Now you multiply that effort 4 times a month. Then now she can actually start to bring on board a minimum of 1 person a month. So the first 5 months, 1 person. The next 5 months, 5 people. It's like Jim Rohn always says. I do until I find a ratio. And if we have a competition to get 10, you talk to 10 people, get 9. I talk to 100 people, get 10. I beat you. So I suck enough to become a sucker so that I beat you. And that is the lesson I'm going to teach you today. How to pay the levy on the tax. So the 4 phases of learning, remember, comes in the 4 phases of sucking. So here's the first phase. When we're breaking down the word suck and success. For Dr. O, I created my own stuff because I used to be so frustrated. S-U-C-K. Success under construction through knowledge. You got to learn first. You know, people say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is powerful when applied correctly. Knowledge is powerful when applied correctly. So Andrea went through this portion. She sucked for 5 months. And then she figured it out. She got it right. She attended the training. She did everything that she needed to do. And she was like, straight up, I suck. But when we all start, we all suck. We are learning. And it's your success that you're seeking, the tax that you have to pay, is under construction through the knowledge that you're receiving. New knowledge, new process, new level of suck. See, some people believe like they did good over here, so they're going to come in here and do great too. Yes, if they follow the same principles they did to have success there. But if they just believe because they were successful over there, they're going to be successful over here without actually applying and going through it again. Oh, here's the deal. When you understand and embrace the journey and the process, though, you just go through it faster. Now, see, listen, that's the part, because I know these things. When I start something, I was like, okay, I know I suck. So how do I move through the level of sucking faster? I find other people who are smarter than me in other ways and things that I need to know. And otherwise, I find other suckers, smarter suckers, who've already done, so we can all be suckers together. You guys sure you ready to be suckers with me? So that's level one, the first phase of knowledge. The first phase of success is the knowledge, it's learning. You got to learn. So first we start out as a sucker. We suck. We all suck because we need to know. All right, so here's what I would love. Help me out, everyone, with a drum roll. To go to the second phase, the action phase, where you suck some more. You suck some more, you suck some more, and whoo, that was phase one, the learned knowledge. See, because you learn to suck. First, you have to learn to suck. Then you take action. You become a sucker. It's success on the construction through the actions you take. Now you're becoming a sucker. So who wants to be a sucker like me? If you would like to be a sucker, type the word sucker, S-U-C-A, sucker. I'm a sucker. Type in sucker. Not sucker. I see some of you going, you see some of you not following instruction, S-U-C-K-E-R. We ain't there yet. You got to be a sucker. You have to suck, become a sucker. Get it? Suck, sucker. Then we got, listen, you got to learn how to be a sucker. Then you got to take action being a sucker. Now, here's what happens. Once you become a sucker, you have now, ladies and gentlemen, learned. You have now started to master phase two, the activity knowledge. Remember? Learn knowledge, activity knowledge. You're going through it. Andrea was doing the things back and forth, day after day, week after week, month after month, for 5 months. Listen, let's be real, honest. How many of you would have probably quit, doubt, or get ready to walk away without no one in your business after 5 months? Right? Just think of it this way. Because I remember doing one of the first trainings, and Andrea committed to 5 years. It took her 5 months to figure out how to actually do this thing. Here's the deal. She's probably one of the most dangerous people now because she knows exactly what to do. She sucked, became a sucker by taking action. And then that leads us into number 3. Right? What's number 3, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, Debbie. Number 3 is becoming a sucker for the person who tried to get it there first. But it's not with the case of sucker. You become a sucker. It's almost like a vampire. Sucker. Success on the construction through enough results. See, this is the phase that Andrea is about to go into, where the results will start to compound, where she will start to recruit more folks because she's now proofing what she's learned. She's about to become a sucker. It's almost like almost a French. She's about to move from Spanish to French. You have to become a sucker first. You suck, you're a sucker, you're a sucker. When you have enough results, that's when you know you have mastered phase 3, because now you're modeling phase 1, the learned knowledge through the activity takes you into phase 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you may ask yourself, there's only one level left. What do you think comes after that? What do you think that level is? Level 4. I'm gonna pull on a beautiful smile I see from Carmen. Carmen, what do you think? Oh, look, everybody, look, you guys are so smart. Everybody typing in success. You guys, oh my gosh, y'all are so smart. What? So Carmen, tell us, what do you think number 4 is, Carmen? Tell us about number 4, Carmen. Tell them about number 4, Carmen.
Accomplishment.
Oh, this lady is so intelligente. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She said accomplishment, right? Success is the accomplishment of set goals. So round of applause for Carmen. Oh, so when we talk about level 4, level 4 is that success. Whatever the goal you set, you first will suck, which is called frustration. So in those 4 phases, let me go through with you what happens emotionally. The suck is frustration. The second phase through the action is belief. Now, Andrea has a better belief. Wouldn't you agree? So it's frustration, belief, relief, then results. Write that down. Type it in there. Frustration, belief, relief, results. You can go like this. Dang, dang, dang. Yeah. Frustration, belief, relief, results. Because you're so frustrated, you finally got to, oh my gosh, I believe. It's what Darren Kidd talks about in the training, where it's like, you're like this, you're up and down, you're up and down, you're up and down. And all of a sudden you're like up and down and up and down and up, and then it goes like this, and like, oh, set the motion in the ocean, creates the, and then you're like, that's the flow, baby. I'm in flow, baby. Yeah. Right? Some of us, we know we're in flow. Where energy goes, attention flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. Results will eventually show itself. Is this making sense? And you know, if it makes sense, it makes dollars. So remember it, write it down. Frustration, belief, relief, results. Woo! Brainwashing 101. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the 22-mile marker right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get into the down stretch. Let me get a little more of this firecracker. Releasing and letting go of all that bad information in my system. Just sweating the fat away. Sweating to the oldies over here. Okay, so let's continue to be better suckers in our journey to success. So what I'd like you to know, ladies and gentlemen, is phase 4, the teaching knowledge, when you get to become successful and you want to ingrain it and get it on the next level. Andrea's goal to become a bronze associate. So now she put that pressure on herself. When she gets to bronze, guess what she can do? She can teach somebody else how to get to bronze. Oh my gosh. Oh. And your whole goal, like for those of you who are building the business of a Sarah, when you become a bronze factory, your business will go to a whole other level. That's all it is. Being a bronze factory. And all you're doing is you're becoming a factory of building suckers. So when you become a sucker factory, you're good to go. I'm so sucking excited, get it? And I just can't hide it. Oh. You guys you have to learn to play with your success. If you don't play with it, then failure will play with you. If you don't play with success, failure will play with you. Remember, it's always one or the other. Pick a focus, stay with that. It's not hocus pocus, it's not magic. It's hocus focus. Follow one course, not multiple, until successful. Hocus focus will give you the results you're looking for. So that's phase 4. Once you go through the process and you enjoy, you embrace the suck, you become a sucker, you become a sukkar, then you start to embrace success. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a few of you, what is brainwashing to you? Who'd like to share? Don't be shy. I'm going to pick on somebody.
May I go? Miguel?
All right, Mohammed. Yes, sir. What is brainwashing to you?
Well, I should start saying when you said it yesterday, we are all suckers in that sense. I felt like Dr. O is under diet, maybe he's short in sugar. That was the first thought. Yeah. And now is a completely whole new thing. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. My pleasure, my friend. My pleasure. Thank you. Anyone else? Samira.
This for me is a detox session of the mind.
I love that one. Babe, can you write that down? Detox session of the mind. I love it. And for those of you who don't know, today at 5 p.m. Eastern, she's going to give you a detox session of the body. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my little plug session for Samira. She's doing a spa. And if you're on Facebook and you'd like to get in on her virtual spa, listen, this lady is one of the she is the number one movie star makeup artist in the world. You don't have to go to India to get into her spa today because she lives there, but you can come on this Zoom link. So if you're on Facebook and you want to get on the spa, hashtag Zoom link and I'll send it to you so you can be in meditating, zenning out with us today. Thank you so much, Samira. All right. Who else? Anyone else? We'll take one more. Yes, Michael. Oh, and then Afia. Afia too. Go ahead, Mike.
For me, it's just embracing the process, planning to review each week, finding out what works, and staying with that, and then banning what doesn't work.
Oh my gosh, dude. So you know what I'm gonna say? Like this, this is your mic, Mike. Mike's mic. Boom. Mike dropped the mic on us. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Like, I can't say anything about that. Vinny does that to me every now and then. He'll just say something like, what do you say to that? Just listen to the guy. So great job, Mike. Thank you so much. Afia, hold on, I'm sorry. This girl is on fire. What you got, sis?
Actually, it reminds me of something Fasana had said. It's releasing the old to make space for the new. It's just replacing what's already there with a new idea.
Girlfriend, yeah to the S, okay? Yes. So for the folks who believe in the law of attraction, let's talk about like, oh, I want this. So for example, you want a new bed. How bad do you want the new bed? If you don't get rid of the old one, you didn't make space for the new one. That's a whole different level of manifestation right there, but that's a whole other class. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Let those who have ears, let them hear that message deep. Thank you, darling. Thank you. All right, so let us move on till we get to the end, because when you understand what's brainwashing for you, then you can brainwash yourself to whatever it is you choose, you desire. Now, I'm going to just go through these real fast. You can screenshot and copy down, whatever you want. Give you a chance to discover my success principles that'll help you. Number one, be courageous enough to make mistakes in the first place. Most of us never achieve any level of success because we don't want to make mistakes. You cannot make an omelet without cracking eggs. I know you've heard that one before. You know what I'm saying? It takes courage to embrace the mistakes. It takes courage to embrace the suck. Right? Be courageous to make the mistakes. I break all the rules, not the laws. Some of them twice on Sundays. It's okay. I would rather ask for forgiveness than permission. That's just how I am. Or I'd be like, I'm sorry. It's like, sir, you can't go up the hill. My bad, I'm at the top. All right, I'll come back down. It's all good. I won't go up again, but at least I know what it feels like going up that hill. Who's going to tell me you can't make $1 million? You're right. I'm not going to waste my time making $1 million, but I'll earn one. Oh, big difference. I don't want to have the mint of DrObom. I want to create a business that helps me mint stuff. Success principle number 2 from Dr. O. It's a question and answer. Why is success so difficult? Here's the answer. Because it's simple. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause here for a second. Success is not complicated. All it is this: doing what works over and over and over and over and over. You're getting tired, and over and over. Over and over again. I can't stop myself. I keep getting success, baby. Yes, because it's boring. This is why most people don't achieve success. Success is a very boring discipline, simple discipline, mundane things. The simple things that seems like it makes no difference at all in the act of doing them, but doing them over and over and over consistently, persistently gives you the results. Listen, when I figured it out with the nutrition people, been telling me for years, but I got it now. You know what happened in the last 30 days? All of a sudden, listen, there was this real sexy dude hiding inside of this fluffy guy of me. And all I had to do was get up and work out over and over and over again. But then, listen, my wife's shopping list is on autopilot. Cucumbers, salad, celery, tomatoes. These are automatically, it just comes up. Boxes get delivered every single day. Every day boxes are showing up with fresh groceries because I'm like a rabbit now. I eat salads all the time. I love my salads. I'm juicing all the time. It's simple to get the body I want, but it's frustrating. You trying to do it this way and add it with that way. No, listen. You want to get rid of the inflammation? Make an inflammation drink. Drink it all the time. But it doesn't taste good. But it makes you feel good. It's not the taste, baby. It's the results. Ooh la la. Success is difficult for most people that don't. Listen, if you're not comfortable with being boring, you'll never be success. If you're not comfortable with being boring, you won't be successful. Now, here's the deal. It is your responsibility to enjoy the process. Now that I'm like eating all fancy clean, I feel good. Like James Brown, I feel good. You know that I would now. Why? Because I'm making the process fun. And when I see the results, I don't care about the taste anymore. I care about the results. Oh, I'll be bored all the rest of my life looking this sexy. I'll be like, you can be bored, baby. I can have washboard abs. That's the board I can get right there. So it's difficult for most people because it's simple. We're so intelligent, we think it has to be a complicated process, and it's not. It's just a process. Number three. Number 3. What is number 3, you might ask? Here's the deal. Drum roll for number 3. We always want to know how to accomplish success, but we never do until we learn why. It's not how, it's always why. Well, why do you want that success? Why do you want $1 million? Why do you want it? Write it down. Well, Obama, why do you want to be a millionaire? So my daughter never have to go work for anybody? Oh, that's a powerful why. Afia, why do you want to become a millionaire? Because I can drive whatever car I choose to whenever I want to and however fast I want to go with it on my own highway, possibly. Okay, cool. You can internalize that emotion. And what happens is people get caught up in the, well, how do I do it? It has nothing to do with that. It has every reason to do with why you want it in the first place. Why do you want a wife? I don't know. Do you guys really want my answer? Okay. Obam's answer. Some of this may shock you. And it's going like, no, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Who wants it? Raise your hand, because I'll give you the answer. Look, Vinny tapped it in, said VAT. If you don't know what VAT is, it means vagina on tap. Yep, there you go. That's it. Legally. I waited 7 years, dated her 7 years. We never did anything, not even kiss. But the moment we got married, I've been making up for lost time. So it wasn't how to get a wife, it was why for me. You guys get it? Listen, with family, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Look, and when you have VAT, you create miracles. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm done. All right, I'm done. Okay. So learn why. So what will you be brainwashing yourself for next? After this, I want you to take some time, write it down, and know what you're going to focus on to start your new success brainwashing journey. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are building the business with us, if you but commit to Diamond today, the only way that'll happen is when you change your mind. You can only change your life by changing your mind. When you change your mind, your life changes because the action follows. And that, ladies and gentlemen, my dear family, is Brainwashing 101. Welcome to my world. I'm going to turn it back over to the one and only Samira Wolani.
Thank you so much, guys. Let's give it a huge round of applause for all this amazing brainwashing. I think I'm more than happy to get brainwashed every single day if this is how it's going to be. And thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Dr. O, for always sharing everything that you have without thinking of what you get in return, because this means a lot to all of us. And for the rest of you, we do have our Q&A session in an hour's time, so please be there for any questions that you have. And after that, of course, we have our presentation at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 5 p.m. is our spa, if I'm not wrong. Is that right, Anna? the virtual spa. So it is going to be in English and Spanish, so please be there. That is going to be another level of detoxifying your mind. So I promise you, you will really love it. So thank you so much for being here. Have a good night or good evening, wherever you are.